Hello and welcome. It's all come down to that day, the finale of this IPL season, IPL 2022. Oh my god, what a season this has been. Hello and welcome. Well, that day has arrived, the finale of this IPL season, IPL 2022. What a season this has been, right? Coming home from work, watching the match, listening to the commentary on the radio. We've loved doing that, right? And today is the day where it all gets done, the finale. Well, of course, IPL will be back next season, and until then, today we have to see what kind of a match is in store for us. There is Gujarat Titans on one end, facing Rajasthan Royals on the other. So let's do a very quick summary of how this IPL season has been so far, how all the teams have fared this season. Starting with, we saw two new franchises, Gujarat Titans and Lucknow Super Giants for the very first time, and both of them doing really well this season. Out of that, we see Gujarat Titans being on that top spot and finally into the final match of IPL today. We've seen them perform. They have clicked so well as a unit, from the batting or the bowling. जैसे भी आप देखें, उन्होंने बहुत ही consistently अच्छा perform किया है. And it's not just like one player, it's the whole team. If somebody doesn't perform, there is another one in the team who does it, and that is what has gotten them to the finals today. On the other hand, there is Rajasthan Royals. Of course, a good team. They've got Jos Buttler, who scored like 4 centuries this season. There's Yuzi Chahal, there's R. Ashwin, but the man, Jos Buttler, who's been the highlight throughout, who's undoubtedly performed so well, so consistently, and been the reason to take his team to the finals today. Rajasthan Royals lost against Gujarat Titans in the first qualifier, but then they managed to win in the second one, and today they are through to the finals where they will be facing Gujarat Titans once again. Talking about Lucknow Super Giants, well, they were looking good this season, definitely contenders for the cup, but then despite your 100% and your super performance throughout, it is about the team that plays better cricket on the day, and they got knocked out in the eliminator match by RCB. RCB, as we have seen, has done their part, but I think a lot of other factors were responsible for getting them onto that 4th spot, just like how Mumbai Indians beat Delhi Capitals, and that's how RCB got a chance to get in. But then ultimately Rajasthan Royals played better cricket in their second qualifier against RCB and made it to the finals. Talking about Delhi Capitals and Punjab, I think both of them have been not very consistent this season. They've had alternate wins, and that is probably a reason why they could not make it to the top. Talking about KKR, now KKR is a team that we have seen that's managed to get into the playoffs in earlier seasons. They've even managed to win the cup, but this season I think they were not that great, and one big reason for that, I believe, was all that shuffling and all that confusion in the team that caused their exit from the IPL. On the other hand, we saw Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now their performance was completely opposite to Delhi Capitals and Punjab. They were not having alternate wins. Instead, what we saw was consistent losses in the beginning, 3-4 matches, and then they had consistent wins, and then again they had this downfall and they could not get ahead on the table. And finally, talking about the last 2 teams at the bottom of the table, Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians. Now, इन दोनों टीम से I'm sure fans को सबको बहुत ज़्यादा उम्मीदें थी, because they are the top 2 teams of IPL, always been at the top of the table in previous seasons, but this season it just did not click for them. And well, that is what cricket is all about, right? You expect the unexpected, and today we are seeing Gujarat Titans into the finals and Rajasthan Royals locking horns against each other. Gujarat Titans being a completely new franchise, being led by Hardik Pandya, who we've seen in great form this season, excellent from batting, from bowling, from captaincy, against Sanju Samson of Rajasthan Royals, who's done good with his captaincy. Batting been a little on and off, but Joss Butler has saved them all the time. So we'll have to see what kind of a match is in store for us today. Let's hope it's a cracker of a match, it's a cracker of a final. May the best team win.